So I wanted to make a topical video on this car specifically. However, my sim rig is not equipped well enough to handle drifting in any sim right now because I'm using the table clamp with no bolts or anything other than the clamping force of the table clamp. And that causes problems. I can't put too many hours in per lap, I have to readjust the wheel. And right now, this lap is the best I can manage. As you can see, I was having a hard time keeping the car going straight. And I just barely complete this lap. Almost lost the drift mid-corner in that one. And then here's the attempt of a second lap attempt, that is. I got the entry of turn one, somewhat, a little bit sloppy. And then I lost it here on the exit. I think some of it has to do with my wheel settings, some of it has to do with my actual drifting skill, but I'm obviously not at the skill level I want to be for drifting this car in particular. Other cars, the street cars that are not comp drift cars, are pretty easy to drift. They don't have as much wheel force while counter steering, so they don't shake my wheel off of my desk or my PVC sim rig. And anyway, let's move on to the settings for this car. And this is tricky because my normal tuning habits don't work. I can't lower the natural frequency of the front less than 2, and what that would do is reduce the wobbliness of the front end in conjunction with the soft anti-roll bar in the front, as you can see up top. So anyway, because I can't go lower than 2, I can't reduce the natural frequency, so it's actually easier to make the car really stiff so it understeers naturally. So you drift it, once you get the car rotated, it'll drift controllably, but it's very difficult to get it into the drift because the front natural frequency is so stiff. Differential is full locked up, and I think I want to raise the ride height because the lower the car is, the more aero sensitive the car is. And I had this at had the ride height at 90 before. Then I raised it to 100 in that replay that I just drove, and now I'm going to test it out at 110 and see if that does any better. Oh, aero, I have max front aero, and maybe I could use some more rear aero. That might help. I just noticed it causes more understeer. And then anything over here, nothing over here. Brake controller, got some brake balance. Okay, I'm going to do another drive, see if I can put together a lap, because it was very difficult to put together that first lap. So I'm going to drive straight down the straight because I can't manji, which is where you drift the straight back and forth, from the left to the right and back and forth. But I can try and do drift entry, which is a little bit wide. Oops. So as you can see, I can't do this first try. Oh, car is unstable. Onto the dirt. Oh, okay. Counter steered too quickly, and I lost the drift. just initiated the drift too quickly and I lost the corner. Stay in third. Okay, hang on. Alright, I'm going to try to change my wheel settings. Changing the spring effect from 90 to not 10, but 100. The spring effect, I used to have it at 0. And then as I started drifting more and more, I raised this is fourth gear. I raised the spring effect higher and higher, and now I've raised it all the way back to 100, which was the default setting. Whoa. And I don't think that helped much. I think I need to turn down the counter steer effect, which I forgot what that setting is on this wheel. Third gear. Try to take it easy. So there's that understeer. If I don't commit to the drift, it just understeers. But once I get sliding, it's pretty controllable. Oh. The wheel is slipping off the desk. So I don't think I'm skilled enough with this car to give any tips and tricks about how to drive this car, which is kind of the trend of what my video style is. But I'm going to keep driving this and see if I can put down a nice lap. Use the clutch. Okay, I'm not going to try and drift this straight here. Oh, no. Almost had a clean lap. So if I really focus and I pay attention to all my turn-in points and throttle points, I can probably get a clean lap in, but I don't have the skill to do that every time. Oh, there goes my cell phone. A little bit wide on the apex. Oh, okay, here's where I usually lose it out of that corner. So I think I need to turn down the counter steer effect. But I'd rather not. I'd rather turn up the spring force, which kind of resists the counter steer effect to a degree, which it maxes out at 120, which I'm going to try it out. And even though it's around 70 degrees or so here in my locale, I'm starting to break a sweat because this is very active. Having a long drift session is probably like, oh, only fourth gear here. Having a long drift session is probably like a pretty decent cardio, like walking. I'm doing ab crunches, lifting my heels off the ground, or off the board, the pedal board. Oh. Wait, I'm flailing my arms around at the steering wheel. Oh. I'm dancing on the pedals. And that's why I'm breaking a sweat. I'm also shifting the gear shifter with H pattern. Oh. Swiping buttons with my hands. Hit the brake balance controller button. Oh yeah, that spring force really helps. I can let go of the wheel now. So I think I need to reduce the, what is it? Feedback, scale, damper, friction, inertia. Natural inertia is at 100. I'll go down to 90. So that's the counter steer effect. So I'm already maxed out on the spring force, or the spring effect. So the only thing to do is to reduce the natural inertia on the wheel. Oh, there it is. Oh. When I am in control, the car feels a lot better now, or I should say the wheel, because that's all I changed was the wheel settings. Oh, a little bit too fast still on the counter steer. So what I need to do is reduce the natural inertia so it does not overcome the spring effect that I put in the steering wheel. Go this way. Natural friction, natural inertia. Let's go down to 80. So as I start at 100, down to 90, now down to 80. The counter steer feels really light now. So I want the natural inertia really high because it stimulates what's it called, caster forces that are not replicated in the game accurately. Oh, get control first. Feels way different. It's a little bit more difficult, but I don't know if it's better or not. It might be better. That was easier to do that full throttle transition. Oh. Sometimes it's better to just commit to the turn than to slow down with the brakes. I'm going max speed here in 4th gear. Oops, out in the dirt. That's not going to get me around the corner. Okay, something's wrong with the steering, or I'm just not used to it. So I'm going to change the natural inertia to 85. There we go. Continue. Let's go retry. Start back at the start. Oops. Change the brake bias, I need to turn it back. Gonna do brake dab, a little bit wide on the exit. Oh. Okay, I need to reset and start drifting again. Oh man, hands got twisted together. I think I need to turn the natural inertia back up. Let's see. Natural inertia 85 to 88. So I was talking about caster. Is most games don't simulate the caster forces properly, or the wheels just aren't calibrated properly for the caster values that naturally come from most sims. Got the brake. There we go. Just regain grip. Just regain grip. Okay. There we go. Didn't go wide enough on entry. Anyway, I'm really sweating now. Okay, I'm barely keeping it on the road. Just clutch in, brake. There's some, I need some damper, I think. Steering damper. The caster and the spring force is feeling good. Change the damper. Natural damper. So I have the friction set really high. Let's go to 10. It was at 5, now it's at 10. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to have to do a test first. I'm going to drive an easier car because I'm breaking a sweat. This is basically the end of my session. I'm going to drive a different car though. And see how the new settings handle the new car. Turn in. Perfect. A little bit easier. I don't know if you can tell by how much cleaner my drifts are. And I don't think this is pure luck. I think it is a little bit of luck. Okay, I lost it. Need more damper. I'm gonna leave it there though. Let's drive an easier car. Oh, exit. See, where does my wheel want to center at? I don't want to start with the wheel turned all the way in the wrong direction. Okay, this replay is not gonna look good. All right, change car. Where's my drift car? The RX-7 FC. Cover hard drift. There we go. This is the one. Let's drive this now. Run out of gear. Oh. A lot less snappy because I have the comfort hard tires on instead of the sports hard tires on. I still don't think I can manji, so I'm not going to try it. I have 5 gears in this car, but I don't need 5th. Let's try this in 4th. Nope, 3rd. Not nearly enough torque. As you can see, this is so much easier. I mean, it's a little bit sloppy. I'm not used to this car right now. I was just driving a Formula Drift car. Full throttle transition, very nice. Tires should be hot, so be careful around this turn. Oh, good drifting. Alright, let's try one more lap. And end the video. I need to take this in 3rd. Oh, gear lock there, gear lock shift. Oops. Put it in fourth instead of second. So these new wheel settings that I just found in this video are working really well for drifting. And I'm hoping they work well in other games, specifically WRC 10. Apart from turn 1, that was a pretty clean lap. Alright, let's check out that replay. I'm sweating real good. Very sloppy. Does not look pretty, but it's happening. Like I said, I would like to spend more time drifting, but I just can't. I can drift this car probably for a few hours without the wheel coming off the clamp, but definitely not that D1 car. Alright, and see lap 2. Just lost it. Till the next one.